Okay, so my name is Kenneth Obiajulu, and the managing director of Farmcrowdy.
My name is Sola Oyawale, and I deputize for Kenneth as the deputy managing director for Farmcrowdy.
Nice, my guy. Farmcrowdy is Nigeria's first digital agriculture platform that focuses on connecting smallholder farmers to finance, and this finance is made available to the farmers in forms of agricultural inputs, seeds, fertilizers, crop protection products. And over the years, we've done quite a lot. But today, Farmcrowdy has metamorphosed into a business of its own that focuses on that area of core agriculture, and the crowdfunding element in itself now vests with another organization, Crowdivest.
It's an exciting beginning. I would call it a beginning again because we've identified a few new learnings from the model where we started from. We're at a phase now where we're scaling, and like Kenneth mentioned, we're looking keenly into core production and the trading of agro commodities now as an entity. So we're going full blast, looking keenly into those economic activities within the agro value chain that we've identified that would continue to add value to the smallholder farmers' well-being, and also feed into what core agro processors are looking to enhance their processing. Kenneth?
It also feeds directly into an agri-tech mandate, an agribusiness mandate that we can play along any part of the value chain. We used to stick to just the production side of the business, but even with the announcement with Best Foods, you can see that we're now even delving into the processing side of businesses going forward. Nothing stops us from playing in the distribution side of agro commodities as well. Nothing stops us from trading in core agro commodities. So it's just for us to be able to narrow down on one or two key areas in the agricultural space and see how we can bring about impact to smallholder farmers, impact to people and partners that we work with, and that's what we're doing going forward. So we intend to achieve all of these things, through superior partnerships. Over the last 3 years and some few months, we have seen how partnerships with major processors can advance these developments. We've seen how we're able to connect smallholder farmers and what they have produced all year to major processors and even international buyers. We've seen our partnership with the Dubai Chamber of Commerce, for example, yield sufficient fruits in the export of so many commodities, and so we tend to achieve all of these things through superior partnerships. But at the same time too, we also intend to work really hard, more than we've done in the last 3 years, to be able to achieve a couple of all these results as well.
Looking a bit to where this model evolved from, which made the business revolve around the crowdfunding platform. We've moved quite a step away from that because early on in our work, we've also found out that there were regulatory requirements required to play in that space. But unfortunately, as we speak here in Nigeria, there is no regulation for crowdfunding. We're building a business to last, and that's why we're focusing more on the underlyings for the business currently. And we vested that responsibility for growing and making sure the crowdfunding platform really sits well and meets the regulatory requirements when regulations do come out. We're expecting somewhere around Q2 2020 this year to have that sorted out. But we didn't want to be bogged down by all of that activity, and that's why we separated that from the core of the model. So like Kenneth said in his introductory remarks, we're going to be focusing largely on the production and the trading elements of the agricultural value chain.
Yeah, and also even to buttress more on that, we're not also doing great service to Nigerians and people that would love to participate through that crowdfunding element. It's beyond agriculture, right? It's beyond what we do. We've seen that the crowdfunding engine can work,
Yes.
right? And what we saw as a group is where we're able to apply that same energy into focusing on other kinds of projects, in the transportation space, in whatever space that is focused on the UN SDG goals. So, it would have been a disservice to just limit the crowdfunding element to just agriculture. Now, our sister business can decide to spread its tentacles across various areas in the economy and not just agriculture. Yeah. So coming back to that close affiliation and affinity that our sponsors have with Farmcrowdy, I feel that it's beyond Farmcrowdy. It's not just the Farmcrowdy thing. It's about the people behind the various brands. Agriculture was always one part of the puzzle. We wanted to also explore into doing so many great stuff. So it's about impact. And impact can be through agriculture, it can be through transportation, it can be through anything, So it's beyond. It's not just about Farmcrowdy, but what is really at the center of everything is the core values that Farmcrowdy shares. Every of the businesses that would be coming on the crowdfunding platform, that is Crowdinvest, would also share the same core values. And within us as a business, we continue to deliver on great and amazing opportunities that have both impact and have a commercially viable side to it as well. Well, the things that we're really, really excited about, we just had our very first major acquisition, the Best Foods, and we started with a cattle farm, where we're able to fatten bulls that were fit for slaughter, disease-free, and traceable. And then we went one step ahead to be able to partner with Best Foods to see how that system can be improved on, right? And right now we saw that there was a need for us to even transcend beyond that to that acquisition, for us to be able to increase our capacity to provide these products to retailers, consumers like myself and yourself. We felt this is also part of the impact that we want to be able to affiliate ourselves with. So our Meat Hub initiative will be coming out in Q2, that sees individuals like myself and you being able to access traceable, fit for slaughter, and disease-free beef. And that's one thing I'm very excited about. I know Sola is excited about other things as well.
One of the things that falls directly in tandem with our new focus, which is around agro-commodities trading, is how we were able to connect more smallholder farmers and get them plugged into this model. One of the things we've creatively walked around, we've done a proof of concept, we've started with some pilots, a few centers, is to have aggregation centers that are close to where we have production happening around the country. Our focus reduced in production also means we can't rely on backward integration to get most of our trades done. It therefore means that we can continue to partner not just farmers who engage on our production cycles, we can also mop up, produce from, a diverse, array of farmers out there across different value chains, say cocoa, sorghum, ginger, sesame seed, and we've gotten an amazing bouquet of requests already on the table, and some of them are mind-boggling. We know one of the things our aggregation centers will do is to grant us quick access. We're going to have a full-fledged digital center in small kiosks around the country. The goal is to be able to do 3,000 of them in 3 years. We've started out with a few, rolling them out, understanding how technology, financial inclusion, and most importantly, agribusiness, how that can be practiced in small, pockets of kiosks around the country, where you can actually empower one smallholder farmer, or maybe a graduate, and it just goes in there and is able to control some level of commercial activity from that kiosk. And the beautiful thing about this is most of the processors, the blue chips, and everyone who has a need for the produce that will be stored in those centers would have direct access. They can view what is available there at the time and can order for what they want off of it. And we've tried, we've done some trials out of there. I know we've done some ginger, and that has been built for export to the UAE already through the use of those aggregation centers. We see that growing, and it's one thing I'm very excited about as one of our goals for this year 2020.
So personally, I would love to take this opportunity to appreciate every single sponsor, every single follower, every single person that has been supporting this vision from inception. We love every single one of you, and we're super excited that we've been able to do all of these amazing things over the last 3 years and some few months. And we are also super excited with the fact that we're going to do more. We know that every single day that passes, we have you praying for the business, we have you supporting the business, and we will together get Farmcrowdy to a greater height.